It's a pleasure to be here in Prague and to talk about my experiences with affiliate marketing, what we did in the past, what worked good for us, the business model we were using as a publisher or affiliate. So, my name is Marc, and I'm addicted to affiliate marketing. The picture you see here I used already 10 years ago for my first speech I did on the biggest online marketing show in Germany. It was in 2004, and that time were around 5,000 people attending that show. Nowadays, it's 45,000 people. So you see how the market developed in the past 10 years. Online marketing is a major business in Germany now, and it's, I think, the same here in Prague. This picture still describes very good what display marketing and affiliate marketing is about. It's about delivering the right parcel, the right creative, the right ad to the right person within the right time frame. To keep the recipient happy because he's waiting for something. And this exactly is what we are trying to do with affiliate marketing. We are trying to deliver the right ads to the right audience in the right time. Especially, this is what I'm doing. I started my career working for an ad-serving company, Lookalike. The daughter is Commission Junction, for example. And learned a lot about ad serving and online marketing technologies. After that, I went to a tracking company. After this, I did 2 years of email marketing, and then I thought about founding my own company. That was in 2010. So, how did I start? I hope I don't bore you with what I'm telling you. I'm just talk about my experience, what we did, and what made us successful. So if you have any questions, please shout, ask me, I will tell you everything. So, how did we start? So after some years in the online marketing business, I collected experience about ad serving. I know how to set up a campaign. I know how to manage a campaign to make it successful. I know how to generate leads, to set up an email campaign. I knew how to track websites, how to track all that stuff which is necessary to start optimizing campaigns. So, with this in the background, I decided to do my own thing, to found my own company, to do my own business. In this time, it was 2010, as I mentioned, one of the most spoken buzzwords in Germany were post-view campaigns, post-view models. Does everybody know what post-view is? So for an advertiser, it's a chance to get a huge reach on 1,000 websites on very good premium inventory based on a CPM rate. So you're buying a brand campaign just on a CPA. This is what it is for an advertiser. For the publisher, on the other hand, it's a way to monetize your traffic. So instead of just getting paid on click and conversions, you get paid on the views as well. So it's an additional revenue stream for you. And this made it quite interesting. We found many companies in Germany which were already successful with this kind of business, and so they thought this could be interesting for us as well. But what made them successful? So what are the critical KPIs for a post-view publisher to build a proper business? The most important thing is the kind of inventory you have. To convince advertisers to run post-view campaigns, to pay you on the impression, even if it's a CPA, is that you have really premium inventory, that you have good content websites with no fraudulent activities, very clean traffic, and good content. This is the most important thing. The other thing is you need a proper, as a publisher, you need a proper ad serving technology. So you have to have a technology which enables you to deliver the right ads based on data, based on information you collect, and all that kind of stuff. An ad serving technology, but which also enables you to optimize your campaigns so that you can know where you have to deliver your ads and which URLs, which tracks the URLs, which tracks the conversions, so that you can be sure which campaigns are running where best. And the third thing is you need enough advertisers. If you're just working with 1, 2 advertisers, it's hard to really optimize the campaigns. If you have multiple of them, it's easier to handle. So these 3 items are really critical for a post-view business or for the business as a post-view publisher. During this market or research, we found out that in Germany were many post-view publishers already existing. So we decided to look beyond someone's nose and look into new territories, for example, to find out if we could take this business model to another country to be successful. And then we thought about which market could be interesting for us, which market could run successful with such a solution. There are some items which are really important on this. The market growth rate, for example, the internet usage, the credit card penetration, the population in these countries, and of course the number of competitors, but many others. So in detail, the market growth rate, what does it mean? If you have a huge growth rate in a market, it means that they are growing new jobs, they're more, that there's a higher personal income, that there's establishing an upper mid class, for example, that people spend more money in the internet, that there's a demand for new shops and new items and all that stuff. So if you find markets that have a great growth rate, it is a nice index or a nice signal for being or becoming successful there. Kenya, for example, is growing 6% year by year. India, 5.5%. It's a very bad solution, so I read the numbers. Nigeria is growing almost 5%, Turkey 3.5%. This means people there, that means people are earning more and more money, and there is a growing demand for specific goods which would you like to sell as a publisher or as an advertiser, of course. Internet usage. You can only sell products via internet, online, if people are able to access internet, of course. So you have to have a look on the markets and see which markets have a high enough ratio, for example. If you look to these numbers, Europe, UK has 92%, Germany 88%, France 83%, Italy 62%. If you take these numbers, would you expect that Turkey, for example, has an internet penetration of 59% and Nigeria of 51%, so almost as big as Italy? The average ratio in all these top 20 countries is 49%, so everybody above would be a good fit for you. Credit card acceptance. if somebody wants to spend money online, there has to be a way how you spend the money. So the credit card usage is one of the major signals. So we had a look on that. If we take Turkey, I mentioned it 2 times earlier. Turkey, for example, has a quite high market growth rate, a higher ratio of internet-connected users, and 67% of all inhabitants have a credit card. So more than 2/3 of the people have the ability to buy products online. Also, the Scandinavian countries are interesting. South America, for example, is very interesting, and some others, Turkey, you see here. Demographics are also important for being successful. Age ranges, income. Let's use Turkey again as an example. In Turkey, 50% of the population is younger than 29 years, 50% younger than 30 years. 15%, 25% are younger than 15 years. So this is a really young economy. They will grow fast in the future. They are used to buy stuffs online, things online. So Turkey is becoming a very, very interesting market that time. There are many other arguments which you have to take into consideration when you think about expansion to another country or starting in another country. Transportation, for example. We were thinking about Brazil. But in Brazil, it's really hard to get your products delivered to the people. It takes up to 1 week to deliver a parcel on the countryside. So for example, if you sell shoes, people order, 1 week later, they have the product. It takes 1 week to try the shoes. It takes 1 week to send it back. So you have 3 weeks without product and money. Imagine you sell flowers. What happens within 1 week to get it delivered? So that is not possible. So this is, for example, is an important thing you have to consider when you want to move to Brazil. One of the reasons, for example, why Amazon didn't start in Brazil. They have a 1-day delivery policy. If they can't get delivered their stuff within 24 hours, they don't start a business there. So they didn't start in Brazil, even if the market is really big. Time difference, distance to the office, for example, is also very important. Can you talk with these people during business hours or not? So many things you have to take into consideration. How did we move forward? We decided in the first step for Italy. Italy has 35 million internet users. It's the 18th place in the world by internet usage. The internet penetration is 60%. The volume of the e-commerce market in Italy is 15 billion euro. The growth rate is 20% year by year. That means every person in Italy is spending 1,500 euros a year just in the internet, buying stuff in the internet. That's 100 euro a month. That's a lot. 7 million people are using credit card. Another 13 million people are using PayPal. So we decided this is the market we would like to go for because that seems to be interesting. Same time zone, it's easy to go there. You can set up meetings. You drive from Germany in 4 hours to Milan and can set up meetings. So, and of course, almost no competitors doing post-view and retargeting campaigns. So we decided to start there. We started with display advertising, search engine marketing, and some months later with simple user retargeting. So first we had to set up our own technology. We bought an ad serving platform which enabled us to run campaigns. We set up Google accounts and all that stuff. We set up meetings in Milan with Zanox, with Tradeable, with Net Affiliation, and all the big players. Sorry, CJ wasn't in or is still not in Italy. So we were dealing with that kind of company, set up meetings, and convinced them about using post-view as an ability for the users to reach or to get a high reach. As I mentioned earlier, it's very important to have the technical setup, but also to get the right inventory. And this is, in the beginning, a quite big problem, because nobody knows you in the Italian market. You're coming there and, hey, I'm from Germany, I'm the best, and we are starting business together. And I now buy you a remnant inventory for a little low price, very low price. Everybody was laughing in the beginning. So you don't have a standing there. You start from scratch. You have to convince them, you have to pay up front and all that kind of stuff. You don't get exclusivity on deals, which is very important when you do post-view, because if not, other publishers can override your cookies. And we would like to avoid that. So, but we found a really nice network where we started with. We convinced them to sell us their remnant, their unsold inventory. And we started with a monthly spending of 5,000 euros. We ran the first campaigns, and we really were ROI positive from the first day. So we were earning more money than we spent. Another problem you're facing is that you get paid from the affiliate networks only after 3 or 4 months. So in the beginning, you have to spend money for the traffic you're buying, because we don't have own traffic. And yeah, you have to calculate very well how much you can afford in the beginning to run successful. Another problem or issue was that we were depending in the beginning on just a few advertisers which were running properly. So not everybody allowed us to use post-view as a tracking solution or business model. And so we had a handful advertisers we start with, and we had maybe 3 or 4 which were really running successful. These were our cash cows. If somebody would decide to stop working with us, we would have a problem. So how can we scale it? The easiest way was to convince more advertisers, to work with other networks, and of course, to go into other countries. So Italy was running properly. How to go next? We started the market research again and started the next in Spain, in Portugal. No, that's not Portugal, that's Poland, Portugal, and many, many other countries by just starting affiliate business there. So that means we didn't have a legal entity. We just connected with the affiliate networks. We set up meetings with the guys from the affiliate networks. We convinced them to work with us and started doing business. That's it. In some cases, you have to have a legal entity. But that time, it was in 2012 already, we had enough money to open an office, for example, in Turkey, one in Poland, and hired some people to get in contact with networks, but also get in the direct client business that time. So in some countries, it's necessary to build up your own office because of legal stuff, because of tax issues, whatever. So in Poland, in Turkey, we had an office, and in Brazil, we had not really an office, but something like a letterbox. It was enough. You may ask how it is possible to manage so many different countries just with a small team. That time we were 2012, 6, 7 people. It's possible. That time, and now it's much easier, of course. This is the old concept of working as an advertiser with a publisher. If you want to buy inventory as a publisher, or as an advertiser or affiliate, we are a traffic broker, so we are buying inventory like others. You take the telephone, you call a media network, say, okay, I need 10 million impressions, I want to have this price, I need this frequency capping, I want to run on these URLs, I want to get these formats, and so on. Then he sends back the price, you send via fax normally the insertion order and purchase that kind of traffic. Then you send the tags and the campaign is running. It's a really lot of manual work. Now, times changed, of course. Since 2012, we are using real-time advertising. So we do this complete process completely automatically. Our ad server transformed into a so-called DSP, demand-side platform. That is more or less a ad serving technology, of course, but it enables you to buy your traffic automatically. So no more calls, no direct relation to ad networks. You just are connected with your DSP to another SSP via ad exchange, very complicated, much technology behind. But the SSP has hundreds of thousands URLs which are running through that technology. So for you, it's really easy to get a connection between these and to get traffic from all over the world for a certain price. Good thing is, next slide, sorry. So, the programmatic advertising, programmatic buying, real-time advertising, real-time bidding, there's so many names for the same kind of thing. The most important thing is that you do buying media without any personal effort. It's just a technical setup. It's a real-time bidding. That means you can choose which user you want to show your ad. You don't show your ad everybody who's on a website. You select whom you want to show it. And the selection is based on the data you collect. I will talk about this later. You reach multiple websites with a very high transparency. If you bought remnant inventory in 2010, the advertiser told you, this is my network, and you are running somewhere. But normally you didn't know where you run, on which URLs your ad appeared. Now, you have a very high transparency. You can exactly see on which URLs, on which placement on this domain your ads are running. You get a high reach and, of course, a high recency. It's important that you contact, for example, one and the same users more than once. You have to contact him between 3 and 4 times, because in this frequency, after seeing 3.4 times the ad, he is able to, or he is willing to buy, he is going to buy or do the conversion. So reach and frequency is important. You have full control about the price, because you say, I'm willing to pay for this site this price. You can always try to do that, but if you set up a pricing for a really premium website of 30 US cents, for example, you will appear there, but maybe just with 10 impressions a day. So as higher the bid is, as more delivery you get on the street. You can deliver on multiple devices just by using that kind of technology. So you can run your ads on mobile, on desktop, on tablets, but also on social media sites like Facebook. You can run on video or in videos, for example. Then, which is a major issue, is the global frequency cap. So by using that, you can set up a capping over all websites. That means I want to make sure that my user sees an ad just 3 times a day, not more, over all websites you are targeting on. Just this feature saves you up to 20% because you now have a global frequency cap and not a frequency cap for each publisher. And of course, you have advanced reporting. You can see region frequency. You can see a customer journey and all that stuff by just using one's proper ad technology. So, what got you here won't get you there. That's a very important thing. The online marketing business is growing really fast, and you have to reinvent yourself to be always state of the art. And so for us, we had the question how to proceed. We did post view. We did some SEM, maybe 10% of our activities were search engine marketing. And we did some user retargeting. So we recognized users on a website and showed and tried to find them again. Almost everybody can do that. So that's not a USP which will last 4, 5, 10 years. So we made the next step in the direction of data-driven advertising. I guess most of you are already using retargeting. And retargeting is the first little step in the direction of data-driven advertising because it's the first campaign where you use real customer data. And this is what all is about in the future. The future is customer-centric. The user is the middle of the world. Everything is turning around him. So, before you deliver an ad, you should track data to know more details about your recipient, about your user, your prospect, whatever it is, to make sure that the ad you are delivering is really relevant to him. So you should know personal data. Is he 22 years or 62 years old? Is he a man or a woman? Is he, I don't know, a quite rich guy earning more than 50,000 euros a month or just 4? I don't know. You should collect search data. You should know who your prospects, what your prospects are looking for. What their intent, of course, is. Intent means to have something in mind. I have a plan which I would like to buy by end of the month. This is my intent. This is my user intent. And I can get this information from tracking search results, for example. CRM data and offline data. How much is somebody buying in my offline shop? What is he buying? How often does he come back? All these infos are interesting to get a picture of your user. In which step of the sales funnel is he currently? So if somebody is looking for a television, to buy a television online, for example, in the beginning, he is searching for test news about certain kind of televisions, for example. And And then he reads which is the best television and what I should go for and things like that. And in the end, he's looking for a price comparison because he wants to know where he get the television he wants to buy for the best price. So you see the search terms he's using during this sales funnel is changing. And if you know in which stage he currently is, you can deliver the right ad. How much is a user spending per month? Who are your high rollers? Who are the people which are spending more money than others? Which people are clicking on banners or reacting on banners? What products they are looking for when they visit your website? All that stuff is important to create a picture of your prospect and your user. How can you deal with this data? So first of all, you have to collect it. First-party data is data which you collect from your own website if you are an advertiser. So data you collect from the advertiser is first-party data. Second-party data is, for example, data you collect from websites where you deliver your ads. So the information where users are serving, which websites they are visiting, is interesting to learn more details about their intent. If somebody is looking for, if it already snowed in Austria, then he is probably going to ski for the weekend. So this is a very valuable information. You can use it to promote a travel offer. So this is second-party data. Third-party data is data you buy from Lookalike, from other data vendors, which can maybe be helpful, but most times quite expensive. And of course, the offline data. You put all together in a so-called data management platform. Data management platforms are often part of a DSP. So it's not necessarily our own product, but our own type of architecture. So you get the data in, you adapt them, and you build customer segments. So you build a segment with people who have a certain intent, who are looking for a certain product. If you know they are searching for a television, if you know they were on a price comparison site, if you know they have been on your website and had a television already in their basket, they will buy a television sooner or later. So send them the right banner. The easiest thing you do with that is retargeting. So you recognize people on your website, try to find them again on other websites, show them the ads with the last seen products, with the products they had in the basket, with products which were in the whatever, which categories they were looking for, or banners with the right brand products. But retargeting is old hat. Everybody's doing that, nothing new. The new thing is prospecting. That means you pick somebody out of your audience and think about what could be interesting for them. So you build a user group with people, they use the same device, which are of the same demographic. They have the same intent. They search for the same products. And you build a user group to show them the really relevant banner. This is prospecting. Prospecting is targeting on a new audience. Retargeting, which I mentioned, is just bringing audience back. They were already on your website. You already attracted them to come, but they left without buying. Prospecting is targeting on a completely new audience, on new potential customers which never have been on your website. So it's based on collected data. It's data from visitors of specific content websites where you get the contextual information from. It's demographic data. It's search data from your SEO activity. It's banner clicks, the information if somebody clicked a banner with a certain content, if somebody saw a banner without any reaction, and of course you can exclude all existing customers and website visitors and combine it with third-party data. This is what prospecting is about. Looking for a new type of audience which bring you more revenue and which is a big potential for your website. One special model is the so-called lookalike modeling. So you have users on your website and you have buyers on your website. What lookalike modeling does is they have a very detailed and close look to your buyers. How do they look like? And then they try to find users which are similar to them, which have seen the same banners, the same products, they came from the same referring URL, people which were searching for the same kind of stuff, but didn't convert at the end. So they look for people which are almost the same, which already bought. Similar website visits, similar reaction on banners, similar website behavior, so the time spent is similar, the categories they visited is similar. The weather situation, for example, could be similar. The background color of the website. All these, up to 500 parameters, are taken into consideration by a data management platform to analyze which is best for that kind of user. So that's it. That's it. What we are doing now, we are collecting data. We're trying to find always new data sources, bring them in our DSP, and target on the right people. Because this is the goal, to always deliver the right ad to the right people. That's it. Thank you.